Hey, a fun way to hear from God and to exercise your faith is something that I learned from Nathan French. He's written a few books on how to hear God, and I tapped into the faith that I didn't even have, into Nathan's faith, which then helped produce my own faith in God. And so God isn't stingy. God doesn't have a certain way that he always does things. And we can take the faith of somebody else and say, well, he did it, so I'm going to try it. And just like have a little mustard seed of faith and try something and then see if it works. And if it does, then our faith increases. And that's a good thing. And so what Nathan had done and what now I do is I just put a pen to a paper and said, Lord, what would you like to say to me? Father, what would you like to say to me? And then I just started writing. And the first few days that I did that, I would read back and I'd think, oh, this is not the Father. Like, this is me writing. And I was like disappointed, but I kept doing it because of what Nathan had said. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a week. And I didn't really think too much of it. I just thought, okay, this isn't really working. But I did believe what he wrote in his books and that he does hear from the Lord. And so I just actually stood on that. And after a few days of doing that, I went back and read I think it was the second time that I had wrote something. And I just thought, that doesn't sound like me. I'm not a good writer. I thought those things that are being said, I don't think that's me. But I was still doubting it a bit. And all that I was writing is what the Lord thought of me. I said, like, what do you want to say to me? And much of the time, then a lot of times just loves on us. And so that's what I realized that that he was starting to do. And then my faith started to increase. And when your faith starts to increase, by me doing that, by writing, I was exercising my faith. I started with really nothing. And then by the end of that week, I thought, there's something here. What he taught about is actually true. And in Hebrews 11:9, it says, without faith living within us, it would be impossible to please God. For we come to God in faith, knowing that he is real and that he rewards the faith of those who passionately seek him. And so in that time, that's what I was doing. I was seeking him, saying, if this is real, are you going to talk to me through this way? I don't know, but I'm trying and I'm seeking you. And I'm trying to seek you in different ways. Like, where will I find you? And I found him beautifully in the words that I had written. And now, a couple of years later, it has just really become just this beautiful thing where I can yield to that. So it's like I will take my pen and just start writing and not really think about what I'm writing. And I'll just say, like, Lord, tell me something different today, or you know, I'll maybe be a little bit more specific. And he is so beautiful. Like, he's the last person to be stingy. He's like the opposite of that. He is just so gracious and generous that he like meets you wherever you're at, and he helps you increase your faith. You come with what you have, and then he like doubles and triples and quadruples it, and it's just it's endless when you're with him. And so that is a way that you can increase your faith. Another way that I do it is through license plates, which is kind of weird. And if you have the faith to believe it, though, it can happen for you too. Johnny Enlow does that, where the Lord will speak to him through license plates. And so I have gotten so many words, specific words for me and other people, a timely scripture for someone else through a license plate that I have seen just before I have talked to them, because I'm looking for it. I'm saying, Lord, what are you going to say to me today? And I'm looking in nature and at license plates and around me for clues for him. So I am alert to that. And when you are alert to that, he will speak to you in so many different ways. You know, my writing of like of him writing to me, through journaling. Now he's used that. He'll put somebody on my mind, and he'll want to write just like a little love letter to them. And so when I yield to that and say, okay, what do you want to say about so and so? He'll give me like a page of things, and then by faith I will give it to them, and and he will bless them with that. And I am just trying to be like that empty vessel, uh, in order to do what he wants me to do. And so open yourself up to that, and start to exercise your faith, and you will just see how good and gracious our Father is.